Hello, 5th grade. We are on lesson 80 and page 516. The objectives for lesson 80, we will first determine if a number is prime or composite. Okay, prime numbers, remember, only have two factors, one in itself. Composite numbers have more than two factors. We will also use arrays to represent prime and composite numbers. And remember, arrays, if we had the number 6, a 2 by 3 array would represent 6, because we've got 2 rows of 3 or 3 columns of 2, and we'd also write an array of a 1 by 6. Okay, and this would just prove to us that 6 is a composite number because it has more than one array. Prime numbers would only have the 1, and let's just use 3 as an example. Okay, 1 by 3 is 3, and there are no other arrays that we could create to make the whole number 3. Therefore, again, 3 is a prime number. On this page, I've just given 2 examples. 3 is a prime number, again, because it only has 2 factors. 4 is composite because it has more than 2 factors. On the next page, on 517, they list the numbers. 1, it doesn't have a type. It's not prime or composite because it has less than 2 factors. Every number after that we can determine as prime or composite, again, based on how many factors it has. 2 only has 2 factors, 1 in itself. 3 only has 2 factors, 1 in itself. Therefore, both of those numbers are prime. 4, however, has 1, 2, and 4, and that makes it a composite number. And if we wanted to continue, 5 would be prime because it only has 2 factors, and again, it's 1 in itself. Every even number after 2 will be composite because 2 will go into every single even number. Okay, continuing on, we have example number 1. In your note, or on the little sheets of paper, can you write this down? This is like the 4th time that I've tried recording this, so that's why I have this all written down. But this example, I do want you to write down in your notebooks. It just says 2, 3, and 5 are your first 3 prime numbers. What are the next 3? Well, remember, every even number is going to be composite, so we can skip all the even numbers and check the odds. I've checked 7, and 1 and 7 are its only factors, so 7 works. 9 does not work because 3 times itself is 9, as well as 1 and 9 are factors of 9. 11 works and 13 works, and this is your answer for example number 1, 7, 11, and 13 are the next 3 prime numbers. Okay, on the next page they show a multiplication table. Any number in any column, like 2, 3, 4, 5, those rows, or of course these columns, those will not be factors. Sorry, those will not be prime numbers. So 4, because obviously it has 1 and 4 are prime numbers, and 2 and 2, so it has 3 factors, 4 is going to be a composite number. The only prime number options will be in this one column and this one row, and of course they include all numbers because 1 goes into everything, but at least we can eliminate all of these numbers that fall in between in the 2 columns and the 3 rows, unless of course like this 2 falls under the 2 column, but it's in the 1 row, so it works. Or it could potentially work. We'd have to check that out. Okay, continuing on, they just talk a little bit about arrays next, and I've already mentioned a few of them, so we're going to jump to example 2. And again, please write this in your notebooks. It says, draw 3 arrays for the number 16. Use different factor pairs for each array. Okay, so first I'm going to find the factors of 16, starting with 1 and 16. The next one, it's an even number, so 2 will always work. After that, I'm just going to check 3. I know that 3 goes into 15 and 18. 4, we multiply by itself to get 16, so that's the last factor of 16. Now to draw an array, you can draw little x's. I'm just going to make my dot big and use that. The first one I'm going to do is 1 row of 16. So that's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And that is 1 by 16, and that's an array. Okay, the next one I'll do will be the 2 and the 8. So I need 2 rows of 8 in each row. And that'll give me my 2 by 8 array. Okay, and the last one I'll do is a 4 by 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'll just duplicate that so that I have 4 columns with 4 in each column. And that gives me the 4 by 4 array. And these 3 arrays we should write. Now obviously there's not enough room in that little thing, so just use the back side of your paper. Okay, and now we'll go to the practice problems, and we'll probably go over those a little bit tomorrow. Make sure that you fill out your answer sheets and bring them tomorrow, and I'll see you then.